Hello again, ladies and gentlemen of the interwebs. This is my current state of my Bionicle comics collection, part 16 and the penultimate episode, as far as I can tell here for us. Right now, we are looking at issues 4, 5, and 6 of the Glatorian franchise with some very nice cover art. Of course, trying to ignore the glare on some of these things. So you can see my, mouse pad. Don't know if you guys love that or not. Probably a very terrible contrast. But again, I don't know if you've been watching every other video or you just happen to land on this one. I am not doing anything in the way of like a fancy production. This is an inventory for me and for anyone else who wanted to go ahead and follow. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started here very quickly. Starting with issue number 4. I can tell this is probably some of the best quality Ziploc baggage I have been using up until this point. Again, I'm still not sure if I'm going to reuse these or what. Now that I'm bagging all of these. But, these are getting into the examples of like some of the latter portions of, the comics I've been getting. Now, for example, here, issue 4 was September of 2009. I was, I think, well into my sophomore year at this point in high school, and you know, uh, these were the last ones I was really concerned about as far as getting into a Ziploc bag at all, or inside of some type of storage that would, you know, uh, probably preserve their condition a little bit better than they are right now. I'm not really sure where this one in particular would fall. I mean, you can see some creases along the spine going in there for it, which, the glare makes it terribly obvious, but nothing else about it really seems all that bad. The cover art itself is looking pretty fantastic, actually. Almost has like a 3D effect to it, like, Madanui is closer than anyone else or anything else inside of that photo, um, at least that I can see. But, pretty cool. Nonetheless, you could see that some of the back cover is trying to peek over along the spine, going all the way up and all the way down. Speaking of the back cover, another advertisement for The Legend Reborn, coming out September 15th on DVD. No Blu-ray, even though I'm pretty sure we were well into that era there for us. Uh, but straight to DVD, a little motion, and we do have some art that we could go ahead and share from the inside of this one here for us very quickly. And not looking bad at all. More of the same that you had been seeing up into the series up until this point, and but except with all new characters and models and a whole different story to go. We're starting to learn a lot more about the origins of the great beings. Starting to learn more about the Zagori, the Glatorian that fight, and man, there's a lot of problems on Barra Magna since the Great Schism or whatever it was called, the Core War. Um, but we're finding that Madanui has a purpose. Not only does he want to return to the Matoran universe so that way he can save everything that really mattered to him up until that point, but now he's finding himself saving an entirely new world with the Mask of Life as his main source of power there, and going forward. But he does refer to himself as a Toa, I believe, and it just kind of does things forward from there. Now we're going to get more into Madanui here in his Toa form, and right after I do this, get this in its bag. There we go. It's looking pretty secure up in there, and not terrible condition overall, despite my lack of attention to some of these newer ones for a period of time. But I think it made sense to prioritize getting Ziploc bags for everything else. And being the kind of back burner hobby this was for me, I didn't always remember to buy these bags specifically for the comics. Instead, I'd use them for food and things. You know, more of their intended purpose there for us. But now we're coming into issue number 5. Again, Farshdi and Mann look like he did the illustrations there for us. This was for November of 2009. We're coming into the conclusion of the year now, and pretty much the conclusion of everything that is Bionicle. But this is what I would consider an exquisite cover, and probably a very exquisite copy of this too. Let me see if I can get that to refocus a bit. Seems I always have a hard time with this camera. Alright, there we go. No, host. No. Well, I apologize. Maybe. There we go. Oh, come on. You just had it. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. To my future self and to anyone who might stumble upon this and watch. Let's take a look here. Very, very good. And even trying to get the glare to point out like some of the issues along the spine, you don't really get that at all. And the back cover here, still an advertisement. Oh, maybe we already covered that too. But looking at the inside, January 2010, look at that. Something is coming, and something is coming indeed. A very fantastic art, actually. I kind of like how they keep some of the comic style there for it, but you can see here that Agua, well, is that what it was? Aqua Magna is Madanui, or the robot Madanui, is going back with a vengeance as Makuta, as its champion now there for us, and he's coming back with all the people who did that for. Who did the work for Madanui in the past too, and here we have some structures too, like the Great Labyrinth and everything like that. That they're trying to get to where the great beings used to dwell, so they could get a better understanding of these robots that were going out there, a better sense of what Madanui's original purpose was, before he was kind of banished on this world by Pterodax. But this is good. This is a very good copy. I don't think there's any misprint issues with this one, or anything like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this one bagged very quickly, so that way no further issues can come of it. And we're going to call that one very fine, a very fine condition, I think, at least by my standard. And here we have then issue number 6 with probably some of the better art, I think, coming of the Glatorian, just because it shows the scale of this battle. This one I know for sure. I don't think I ever opened up to read. It was just here, and I was like, okay. By this point, I think in the collection process, which is January 2010, I was like, okay, the conclusion's coming up soon. We all know this, and I do not want to, risk hurting any of these comics by getting curious and reading them, especially when there were other ways to go about doing that. Now, there is a bit of a crease here. I know the camera's having a hard time doing focusing like that. The bottom is looking fine, but if I show you the top side here, I don't know how well that's coming up. There is something of not a crease, but maybe a bit of a dent in the book that is, kind of an imperfection, as opposed to the spine, which is almost flawless all the way down. Save just for the crease marks there on the far side of the spine. The back cover, bringing back some old heroes here, you can kind of tell. But look at that. Everybody knows Tahu and that mask. Everybody has a very good idea of what's going on here for us very quickly. But they know the battle videos are going on at Bionicle.com, and that the stars are coming into place at the Search of the Golden Armor, which really doesn't get covered too much in these, just because I think they knew they were coming to a conclusion, so why not just explain them in other formats? Bionicle was always a multimedia way, always had multiple forms of media, getting the story out there to the fans. This is just the one particular medium that I wanted to go ahead and get my hands on there for us, and that's why it's pretty much a complete section or a complete series or a complete collection for these comic book series there for us. And I've been doing this the whole day pretty much. Maybe I should have just done it like a week by week basis or something like that. Then it wouldn't have been done. Just get it all done at once, and this video inventory. Yeah, it's done, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. But yes, two great robots fighting. One of them an original Spirit design that kind of went kaput before they were able to launch it, the Great Beings, and the other the actual one. And that might have been vice versa, actually, from the way I pointed them out. But no worries. The fight goes on, and that's when we come into our very last comic. In fact, I will bring that out during the next episode, because we're already kind of almost 12 minutes in, so we'll just do a quick rundown of the ones that we've already done here for us. Again, this is issue number 6. There we go. Issue number 5, and issue number 4 of Glatorian Bionicle. And very good sets for the time, honestly. They were only getting really better and better. I mean, the physical ones, as far as I'm concerned, because they started to be a lot more action figured. There was more articulation in both the arms and the legs. The hands look like hands. I don't think that's a a make or break, honestly. But it helps with the believability a bit, maybe. Other than that, at this point in my life, where was I? I was still a freshman in high school. Wait, no, I wasn't. Oh, damn. Yeah, I was just getting into my sophomore year. I lied to you guys. I apologize. And that's what we're looking at there. I guess I went that long collecting them. I'm not even sure where I was living at the time. Probably, well, I know where I was living, but, well, whatever. We're at 13 minutes here or thereabouts. Go ahead and get these guys sealed for their benefit and, for the benefit of the collection. Again, if you've made it this far, thank you. This is the penultimate episode. You want to stick around for the last one. Should be relatively short. Hopefully not too long. But in any case, you guys have yourselves a good one. Take care.